All right. Okay, cool. Look, what we're seeing at this present moment, what happened over the weekend, I mean, it's pretty obvious what's happening, to be honest, what happened over the weekend. We got a whole bunch of messed up news, uh, the USA attacking. And to be honest, what's really, really strange is is the retaliation is not what I expect it to be. How are these markets still going out with missiles being sent? Yeah, it's because I'll explain. I'll get into how this goes up as well. Right now, at this present moment, there hasn't been a full blown reaction from Iran at this present moment, right? There's not like there's a lot of hints and possibilities that are going in. It's more psychological than actual real things that are going on. And what the reaction is actually going to be is causing serious uncertainty into the market, right? This relevant move that we've got up at the moment right now, this here is exchanges playing with people who smashed on the shorts as soon as news came out. So look, let's get into a few things, and I will talk about relevant news, and then I'll start getting into the charts, and I'll start talking about other aspects as well. Now, currently, uh, currently the whole market is in an absolute topsy turvy type of situation, especially when we have crazy situations where over the weekend, over the weekend, uh, Iran said that they're going to be like shutting off the Strait of Hormuz, right? If you guys don't know what this strait is, it's about, I would say, 20% of the world's oil, 20 to 25% of the world oil, runs through this strait, and it is controlled by Iran, right? Now, the general effect of what this will do to the markets is not as large as people say it will. It actually affects China more than the USA and various other countries. I think about 3%. I think 3 to 5% of oil comes to the USA from here. But this will cause markets to react. But what will cause markets more to react is Donald Trump's tweets, right? Because he came out after that happened, after that happened, he came out and did a tweet like this, right? I mean, you would expect the oil futures to to do something like to go full blown like moon to this area, right? Go absolutely crazy. But when one of the largest manufacturers of oil, no, I'm going to explain to you. One of the largest manufacturers of oil comes and says and does a tweet like this, right? When he comes and does a tweet like this, everyone's like, okay, right? Is this sort of 1 second to get this chat going? All right. It does a tweet like this where he goes, everyone keep oil prices down. I'm watching. You're playing right into the hands of the enemy. Don't do it. And he goes, the Department of Energy, drill, baby, drill. I mean now, right? So what should have caused what should have caused a massive spike in oil obviously had the complete opposite effect because the markets were like, okay, so if we have one of the largest producers of oil in the world looking to dump oil into the market, so what that well they completely did a U-turn on oil, right? This helped the markets a lot. However, however, nothing's happened yet. This is the thing. Nothing has happened yet, right? This is where we are. It's all if, buts, and maybes. Nothing has happened yet. It's all psychological warfare at this present moment. Nothing is going on. Everyone is still, you know, will they close it or will they not close it? Will they attack? Will they not attack? Will this happen or will that not happen? And one more thing, right? One more thing. If you guys want to see the true hilarity of how much of a full blown baby we're dealing with, look at this. Have you guys read this thing? Like it this tweet this tweet sounds like someone on a school playground, getting, as if they're getting through some form of like you know, rumor that's going around, and they someone is annoyed about the rumor going around. I did hear President Medvedev from Russia casually throwing the N word around, nuclear. Like, it's just like, it's amazing, right? It's absolutely amazing what's happening on this aspect. It's truly it. If you guys want to check out what it is, you can go to either one of these and you can see what I'm talking about, right? What's happening is truly amazing. This tweet is, the more you read it, the more you're just like, how is this the person that is going to navigate such delicate sort of geopolitical aspects in that region to try and produce some peace? It's virtually impossible for that to be the case, right? This is a problem. Now what's just happened, what has just come to fruition, is that, where is this now? Oh yeah, which has just come to fruition is, you see on the, on this one, I posted it, right? What, well, nobody else except Trump is not pulling the strings. I don't think so. What just happened, and what is going on, is that Qatar's temporarily closed its airspace, saying the moves come to ensure the safety of the residents and visitors, as Iran could carry out attacks targeting American forces in the Middle East. So, from what I've read, is that a lot of the forces are being evacuated from these bases, because it looks like, according to their intelligence, what Twitter you referenced, if you want to check it out, you can go to those. Um, According to the news, they look like Iran is mobilizing and getting ready to attack American assets, and I think it's all coming to some form of movement tonight or tomorrow. Tonight or tomorrow, there's going to be some sort of movement. So I this oop, why am I a goat? So this movement that we're getting right now, I don't know how much of it I can trust. You know what I mean? Because what my worry is, and when these type of movements happen, it's exchanges, knowing that everyone is going to put massive leverage shorts onto the market. So what they do is they artificially move the market up to completely wipe out these shorts that are happening in the market. But I'm telling you, man, if there is some form of, because the thing is, right, I would understand that this type of pump would be somewhat okay if we weren't in a scenario where we're at the beginning of this move, right? We're at this beginning where we don't know what's happening, who's involved, whether it's going to be more of a greater involvement of the USA, or if it's just going to be a few things here and there. It is, I my fear is it's going out of control, right? It's this out of control aspect that's my fear. Now, what I will say, though, and this is the case with almost every type of movement in this scenario, is that we will be in Iran told the USA and Qatar ahead of the attacks is just to save face we'll see, who knows, right? What I will say is that there will be a point where the effects and the news of this will start not to affect the market in any way whatsoever, because we are at key levels. By the way, if you guys are watching, I mean, how on point, just it's almost like, and the thing is, what's really amazing about what my key levels that I've put here, right? And the key levels, by the way, was at 99,505, and the other one was 98,102. I put this bar, and you can go back, they're recorded, so you can see what's exactly what's going on, right? uh I put Oh, my cat's snoring. I put this bar, and it not only did the first bar hit the bottom line, the second one hit the top of the bar. Anyway, so we're seeing. I was expected some sort of movement here, especially as I where are we here? Where was it here? This one here. Remember, I said that when it gets to this line, we'd get some form of reaction. We're getting a bit of a reaction here. I still think it's a bit of a weak bounce, but let's see. My worry is about what the markets are currently doing, and this what the if there's going to be any level of real escalation that happens. And look, and what I will say about this, and what I'm seeing at this present moment in the graphs and what's going on right now, right, right now where we are is getting some key areas right now, right? We're in this channel that I've drawn. We've had a bit of a bounce off that, and it's hit the bottom area of the golden zone that I described. Twice it's bounced off that area. This is showing good level of strength, which shows that could give a real reason why we could move up in from this direction. Now, I will also say that this move I don't trust, especially of such bad news. That sudden reaction going up is like, that's not good news to be bouncing off. You know what I mean? So this seems like manipulation to me. What I will say, especially if we add on the volume profile here. Yeah, all right. Look, no, that's not the right one. This thing moves according to 1 second. Yeah, there we go. What I will say, right now, we've had it. Yeah, we've had it come and get into a key area of support here. What would be the best case scenario at this present moment is this comes, bounces, and then just plays within this key. As I said, remember last time that we got to a certain range between these two areas, that it moves sideways in this direction between these two areas of volume. If for some reason it can reclaim this 106 400 area that I've talked about many times, if it comes and reclaim that, then we're looking into good situations right now. I'll talk about the decross on a lot of vaults. I definitely will talk about that, right? This day and age, World War III in this day and age is just political. It's every war is political. Every war, right? So that's the best case scenario. However, right, I am seeing some issues here, right? So if you go to the longer time strain, I do love how it bounced off that cross. I mean, we were getting into real sort of like we were getting into some hairy situation, right? But I will say a few things. This double tap that we're seeing here, if you want to see any form I'm building a, what does that mean? If you want to see any type of continuation in this market, from here, movement up would be, I'm building a bunker at the moment, I can understand. Movement up from here would be, look, to me right now, this type of graph structure looks like continuation up, or some form of test of the bottom, the 106 400 level. I stated that in my the pro group, and I kind of, let the planes go by. Right. And I also gave hints of it on my on the X as well, right? But what I'm not particularly liking, what I'm not particularly liking is, not only do we have a bearish divergence in the RSI, but also we're gaining one right now. We're gaining one on the stochastic. This little pump right at this present moment is somewhat saved the real crossover. This crossover here, that F22, yeah, crossover, and the cross here. That two happening at the same time would have caused a further continuation down into the sort of 92,000 area. But we'll see. We'll see what happens. We'll see where the markets grow. But I will say, prepare yourself. If there is some form of uh if there's some form of, I can't say the word, right? But if there's some form of this and this happening, something to do with this, I would expect a quite a great pullback, right? Now, one New Zealand launches attacks on US base in Qatar. No way. Is that true? He said it's the bottom and he will shave his beard. Wait, is that true? I mean, if you look at this, it looks good. It just need to reclaim this level that I keep talking. But is that true? Yes, all 10 was shot down. Oh my god, 1 second. 1 second. Little detour on our thing. 1 second. Why does this always happen on my live? Can someone explain this to me? It was Iranian attack on US base in Qatar. There's a message to the USA. 1 second. 1 second. 1 second. 1 second. What just happened? It was hours ago. All right. Okay. Oh, he looks tired, man. Sorry. They missed all the targets because they didn't want to hit anything. It looks like just a show. Oddly enough, proof to do the movement. Hmm. I think it's because nothing got hit. Can we see Fed cuts in July? I would say yeah. This is weird. Iran is not a good going to strike before. Yeah. This is Back to good news. If you get the air console, no, it's not as hot anymore. Really, you think July? I would say either July or September will be. Yeah, it's good to see you, brother. Thank you, Ricky. Pleasure. Hmm. Hmm. Love your shows while I'm at work. Thank you so much. I appreciate it. Hmm. This is if if this is like some form of if this is some form of like just a show to save face, because at this present moment it just seems like, I don't know. Here's the question: are they really even hitting each other, or is it just all the shows? It seems that way, right? Why would Iran tell? Why would Iran tell the USA if they're going to be? It just seems like they have to off ramp some way with saving face. Hmm. That is interesting. That is because look to me that this all sounds this all sounds like this is suspicious, right? This is as GB says, it's a bit sus, right? It's a bit sus. I'm a bit sus on this situation right now. I'm a bit sus. If straight was blocked, will crypto get? Everything will get affected. Everything will get affected. 20% of the world, 20 or 25% of the world's oil goes through there. I think it just like if Iran wanted to hit, if they wanted to hit the base, they would have hit it, right? Is it just like, are they like doing it with a soft touch? Is this the soft touch technique? The fish population is straight with benefit. That is true. I mean, I do like the Grizzly. I like your silver lining understanding of life. It's pretty cool, man. I do like where you go with your understanding. So I do like it. It's pretty cool. Fish. 100% is a soft touch. They will blow yeah, it just warning missiles in the dirt is to save fate. It does seem that way. Israel wants how much? Yeah, but that's not the case. No, no. It's slightly different the way that what Israel does. Slightly, because when Iran says, "Oh, we're going to do some sort of movement," it's 8 hours later. It's 10 hours later it happens. It's not like, hey, okay, we're about to attack you. 10 minutes later, oh, well, we said you could go. Others were the crypto shirt. I do have other shirts, man. It does happen. People ain't fighting in wars anymore. We can barely fight the flu. That's very true. God, it's unbelievable how we went through COVID and now it's like, yeah, remember that time? Remember that time we were? Remember that time we had to be at home, like children, because there was some flu going around? Oh man, honestly, what a load of bullcrap that was. Anyway, right? Look, so now if I was to say something, right? If I was to say something right now, if you look at it like this, if you look at it like if you just look at this in its own status, right? This looks like a further continuation to me, right? It does. But if there are further attacks that go on, I will I will be undoubtedly believe that this thing will go down more. My thought, like, especially if this breaks this trend, if the real one is coming, hopefully we'll see. Maybe they, because sometimes what they do is they throw a smaller one to test their capabilities to see what they have, and then the real one comes. You think Trump is bluffing? I don't think Trump is bluffing. I don't think Trump is bluffing. I don't know. Maybe they test the waters. Yeah. Oh, man. It's such a mess. How do you trade in this environment? Because I'll tell you this, right? And I want everyone to really understand this fact, right? Everything I'm saying will mean nothing if this ends tomorrow. Will, everything will change if this ends tomorrow. If all of a sudden there goes, we've made a peace deal, crypto, all the markets will explode. Like it will go, this will instantly like D word up to these levels. So this is where we are right now. I'm just tired from the tariffs and right. Trump wants war. Yeah, I know. I know. Tariffs. Look, if tariffs are implemented in the right way and he gets the deals, then it's not a bad thing. It's actually a net positive. It's just he needs to get on top of that, and maybe not starting a war might be the best thing. Ooh, what's this? What's that? Yeah, something cool happening. What's that? Wow. Why does he wear the hat? Can someone explain to me why does he have to wear the hat? Can someone explain this to me? Oh yeah, whatever. Who cares about the UK? They're just they're woke Europe at this present moment. America just born the other day. They know that when the missiles are going to be intercepted. Yeah, I mean, look, that's not what I wanted to do. What I will say is, yeah, all that is there right now. Bald spots covering them up, man. You mean these? Yeah, it's not bald spot. It's alopecia. I've had it all my life. Okay, UK person watching here. We aren't all. I know we're not. I know. I'm not. I'm not. I'm saying the government. The government, not people. I'm English. I'm in the UK. I'm full UK. You can tell by my voice. I love you, London, especially those 3 days when it's sunny. It's amazing. Government, on the other hand, yeah, government on the other hand, you know, there are far more serious issues in this world, and they're like talking about why this flower is like turning green or something. I'm like, all right, cool, man. Yeah, so that's that's the only thing I'm talking about. When I say a country, I don't mean the people. The people are amazing. I think his Daijo came out bad, so he's wearing a hat. Yeah, it's something. Look, it's like he's wearing. It's like me wearing my merch hat. I'm like, yeah, man, yeah. But I'm the leader of the free world. Like, why? Stop with the hat, man. I get it. I get it. It's your brand. I know brand is important to you, bro. But like, come on. You know what I mean? It's better than he wears his MAGA hat than seeing his hair. Nah, I like his hair. His hair makes me happy because it's more of it's a show afraid to get. I don't think so. When Qatar gets hit by Iran at the same time goes up, yeah. Um, no, no, I like his hair because it's like a puzzle. You know what I mean? I think when he's really, really serious, he takes the hat off because people are just like, "What's with the hair?" and not listen to what he's saying. But when he's gonna do something, I get it now. So every time he's gonna do something slightly controversial, hats on. Anytime he's trying, the people are talking about serious things and he needs to show his intelligence, hat off. People look at the hair. I get it. It's a diversionary tactic. I do wonder, is it like back, forward, and back? He must be balding, right? I don't know. It's one of those like you know black book, black ops type of hair situations. Uh, you can tell I may have thought about this a bit longer than I should have. I was responsibly conflict. Middle East is a black swan effect. uh, a black sorry, a black swan effect. A black swan effect is usually out of nowhere, right? And it could snowball out of control. But I'll say this, right? I cannot envision. Uh, I cannot envision Trump and his stupid head should have ribbon around his head. Yeah, I know. I cannot imagine the U.S. putting boots on the ground. Boots on the ground is a black swan event. That's everything going crazy. That's the end, right? That is the end for 6 to 8 months. I promise you that, right? But right now, where we're sitting, we've seen good support of the zones here, and to be honest, right, and that hat is the sign of insider trade. Yeah, it's also very expensive. What the hat? The hat's very expensive, but it's made in the USA. That's why. Good quality stuff. Look, what I will say is also is that if we look at the SPX, and the SPX looks like it's about to take off. This is textbook SR flip. Textbook. And what's really important is that you see the importance of the 50% level with these type of things, right? What about Bitcoin, bro? Yeah, yeah, yeah. I'm talking about it. I'm getting there. Are we talking about Bitcoin? We're talking about everything. All of these matter, man. All of this stuff matters. Let me just explain. All of this stuff matters, right? We're seeing a textbook as I'll grab a coffee. All right, Panda. All right, see you later. No problem, man. I hear Bitcoin and nothing else. I don't care about causality or other factors. Bitcoin only, my friend. All right. So what we're seeing right now, I'm not going anywhere. All right. Well, you're grabbing coffee with your phone. All right. Okay. So look, uh, what we're seeing is a textbook SR flip on the S&P 500, and more importantly, it's holding the 50% level perfectly. I said, look, this level on any type of range that you pull a fib is extremely important. And why this is so important, right? Why this is so important is that this continuation up will pull up Bitcoin. And Bitcoin pulling up will cause positive movements in alts, right? It's a causational type of effect that's going on. Let's see if this continues on a break of this area. So the break of the 6,049 on SPX, on SP, very 6,050, right? Brother, a word of advice: stay out of the. I don't like politics. They love to go after the innocent. What? I'm just reporting the news, man. There ain't no politics. I'm just reporting the news and giving my opinions. Um, a break of the 6,050 on SPX will cause a massive push in Bitcoin. I'm telling you now, that there the algos will rush into this area. So this the 618 kind of goes in line with these between these two periods here. So it's an interesting thing. Let's see. I know, just a word of advice, not accusing you of doing that. Oh no, hey, you can say what you want to. I'm just giving my opinion. It's just the way I've always been that way. If they have any problems, they have any problems. I'm not saying anything bad. I'm just saying, you know, the hat. Why to wear the hat on important things. Now, what is good? I know you're married, but you are cute. Thank you so. Thank you. That's very kind of you. It makes me whatever. Okay, stop. Uh, we're here for entertainment, boys. Entertainment and some actual like education. You know what I mean? What is really interesting? I'm not blushing. I'm just like, what's going on right now? The world's weird, right? Just don't add to it. just just don't add to it. All right. And honestly, freaking me out. Anyway, whatever. Right. So, we're having a what is good, right? We love you. I appreciate it. That's very kind of you. What I will say is I stated in the pro group, I stated it several times, and in the previous stream as well. The 5% level is extremely important, and it was for a moment, it was looking like it was holding a support, and I was like, ah, damn, right? But what this is showing, not only did it bounce off that level, the 5.24, I drew it. Nothing has changed. You could look at the previous videos. I don't adjust stuff for the sake of it, right? You see everything. If I'm wrong, I'm wrong. If I'm right, I'm right. But this breaking back down underneath the 5% is amazing. It's amazing that it's doing this. Now, all we need, because it looks like this area here is going to be a very, very strong level of support, right? And possibly here will probably be a bounce. But what I would want, uh, people nowadays getting, I can't read that, man. What could happen is something like this, bounce off and rejection. A rejection from here. Oh man, that would be amazing. That's ideal movement. Something on this level, right? Something like that. Ah, that would be incredible, right? And my understanding of looking at opportunities is a great thing. Amazing. Let's see what happens. We'll see what's going on. But I will say, any form of further attack in the evening will be further downside. Right now, literally right now, everything is dependent on how this Middle East moves forward, right? That's the thing. This is how this moves forward. It is all dependent on that. Right now, the TA, if you know, if we get to key levels and break back, that'd be amazing. But right now, this is still looking weak. Don't forget, don't forget, this is a lower high and a lower low, right? That shows continuation of the trend down. Technically, we're producing a trend like that, right? It's in that bar. I've already drawn it, but you know what I mean, right? With this trend that's going down that we're seeing. It can bounce in between the two, right? For a while. That would be the best case scenario. Absolute best case scenario would be that. But right now we're in a very strategically difficult space. We've had support of the bottom of the channel and of the top, right? This shows good level of support. You do realize nobody can see your screen. Do really? No one can see my screen? Yeah, no, I'm messing around. If you want to see it, it's here. Sorry, I was just being sarcastic. I apologize. Some might say it's the highest form of intelligence. That some might not be me, but some might say. The market is showing some good strength. I would say it's showing some strength because there was a show of force, but it seemed mute. Nothing got damaged, nothing got attacked, nothing got. So that it showed the market that there's maybe an off ramp going off here. Because if you look at previous times that they did something on that level, it was like a kind of a show of force, and then it just fizzled out into nothing, right? So they can show some level of face. Could be an A/B correction. Yeah, you're right. So that's what's going on. But I would not trust this. Let's see. Let's see what's going on. If it recovers this area here, then we could be looking pretty good. Well, let's see. Let's see. The best case scenario would be the recovery of the 106. If it gets above the 103 300 around above this level, that's amazing. If it gets above the 109, it's even better. But around this zone here is where it's key. The 106 300. Yeah, there we go. 106 300. If it gets to that level, we could see something like that happen, right? Where it could do something like that. Most definitely. That area there is going to be very, very strong. We'll see what's going on. But technically, right now, we're on a downward channel. So let's watch that carefully. This level here is also really important. It's a point of control. It's a point of high volume trading. Let's see where this revolves. At a rejection from here, we'll see. Right now, this is a somewhat of an indecision candle, and this movement here is an algo move. All of this green that you see, it's very suspicious, right? This is how you know that the market makers are fully spectrumed out in the industry. Because what happens is when they all work on the same algorithm and they all pump in depending on the amount of liquidity they have in their market makers to move their graphs. So what happens, and I'll explain that to you later as well. Same pop cat here. When there is a decision by the algo to move it forward, they will pump liquidity into it. This move here, I promise you, is not from people buying this coin. This is them injecting liquidity in themselves, showing and hoping that the people that are looking at this coin will also buy in at the same time. Don't forget that, right? Now, as I said, USDT dominance is coming below the 5%. That's great. We could see a bounce and potentially something like that, or it could just bounce and then rocket back up again. We'll see. This is really important. It's really, really a key area to look at. Now, if we look at the DXY, I said, I mean, I said it. I said it. I said that it would most probably go there and tap the bottom of that channel. It got, I mean, within, is that even a percent? How much of a percent are we at? About 0.12% of a move away from that move. So that rejection there is an interesting one. Although the dollar going down, gold, Excuse me. 1 second. That's how dumb it is. I can't show myself drinking water on the dog. Anyway, gold right now is looking weak. This looks like this could be further continuation down. If it regains the 3,383 around that level there, then I will say continuation. And I think that will happen if there's further conflict that goes along. And I will say this, right? I will say this. This is really, really important as well. If the market starts to get to a point where they realize that it actually realizes the market starts to absorb going, America's involvement will be solely just lobbing stuff over there, or maybe providing more assistance in that way, then I would say the market will react positively to that. If gold goes down, isn't that a good thing? Yeah. It's not a good thing if the dollar goes up, right? So I'll also explain this to everyone that really understand. I need to understand. You cannot look at one thing on its own. Everything is linked to each other. Everything, right? If you look at gold, it going down, oh great, that's fantastic, right? It's good if the dollar is going down at the same time. Everything that you look at has a works within a spectrum of other indicators and other graphs that you need to look at. Everything is related to everything else, right? So this looks like it's holding some level of support, but I would say key area is on the 21-day EMA. It really likes the bounce off the 21-day EMA gold, right? Because of its genuine low volatility index of the way it moves. It holds the 21-day EMA. It's between the 21 and 55. It has done basically forever. What's going on? Come on. Okay. Did I just break trading view? Yeah, okay, that's broken. All right, whatever. I'll come back to that. I'll come back to whatever that was. Right now, Bitcoin dominance. I drew this level many moons ago. Many moons ago. I said this would be a reversal zone. Didn't work, but it did hold at a support. Funny enough. It did tap that perfectly. I thought it would have broken through that, but it held that support and moved up. Now, I will revise this a little bit. A little bit, right? A little bit. 69 is possible. I would say 68. 69 is possible. That's right. I would say between 68. I was looking at the other. I'll go all the way back. I can't go. I would say, all right, how about this? All right. Let's put that there. Right. And I will write, where's the words here? Boom, boom, party zone. No, that's not. Oh man. That's not. There we go. Boom boom party zone, right? I'm gonna call this the boom boom party zone that we're looking at. In here, if there is any form of reaction aggressively down from it, I'm expecting some sort of movement from here. Please, someone. So, please, can someone tell Bitcoin dominance to do something cool like this, right? So I would call that area boom boom party zone around that. I would say between the 68 and 66, between that level there is very, very key for all of this to move in that direction. But again, this means nothing if it's not correlated at the same time with USDT dominance and at the same time with the dollar and then gold, right? Those four are all correlated to each other, and its reaction and what happens and how things move are wholeheartedly related to that. Wholeheartedly, right? Now, we'll see. This looks like it's holding this. So this could go further. Now, let me just explain this to you also with gold. Right? Where you get worried with gold is if it gets above the 79.50, maybe $80 range. Right? Let's say 80, just to be clear. If oil starts getting over the $80 range, then start worrying. That's a worry zone, right? Here up anything up here is no, but that's bad boy zone. This is good boy zone. We like good boy zone for oil. Be good, please, because we're technically still on a downtrend. I like downtrend. Downtrend is good boy. Above that is bad boy, right? Sometimes bad boy is good, depending on the. I don't know what I'm talking about. That's sounding weird. Anyway, whatever. Cool. Anyway, forget what I said. Never mind. This ain't recorded, right? Okay, whatever. Boom boom party. Which way down? Down, right? We want we want that. Was that aggressive enough? That's what we want. We want that. We want that there, right? And then we can sell it and put it into nice little investments that can produce a nice little yield, right? Then carve off some of that and then put it into to Bitcoin because that will eventually get to 1 bajillion dollars. Is that clear enough? Do you like my understanding of the circle of life? That means that to that. Crap, I have to somehow clean this up now. Right? Is that clear? Is everyone understanding my high level explanation of what's going on right now? All right. Okay. Anyway, by the way, if anyone wants to check it out, also you can see it in these two places here. Right now. Now, um, look, I showed I drew this fib between the range, right? This is crypto total market cap of crypto. Right now, right now, what we're looking at, and I drew it in this manner. Right now, what I'm looking at, we see a perfect bounce off the 618, right? Not clear. What do you mean? Oh, absolutely. High level code. High level. Yeah, of course. You understand. Now you need to. It's like Nosferatu or whatever whatever. You know what I mean. So what I'm seeing right now here, we're seeing a beautiful bounce off the 618. I still believe that this will come and try and test the 50% level. So what's up, brother? Hello, man. How you doing? Or just ignoring life. I would ignore life and lock into whatever you want to do in life. Honestly, that's the way I see it. What's going on? Sky News. Anything going on? I don't care. All right. Okay. Forget about British national. Is there anything else? All right. Whatever. I'm expecting a dip in crypto. Yeah, could be. Look, right now, I still expect it to come and test the 50% zone in the fib. I'm expecting something on this level to move. That movement down there will prosmos be possibly come and test. Let's see this. Yeah, I mean, like it'll most probably test one of these zones here, possibly the 200-day MA, right? One of these zones here, and maybe potentially a deeper pullback. This, but if it pulls back there, I think yeah. What we don't want, and this is really really important, right? I'm surprised to be up to that. Yeah, I know. Is there CME gap? I'll look at the CME chart as well. Right? What I don't want, and this is what's really important. If we want um, uh, Wyckoff to start doing its job properly, right? We need to make sure that this Bitcoin the does not wipe out the area that it started pumping from. Right, we need to make sure it doesn't go below this area, basically. But there is a lot of volume support here, and I don't see it going there. We'll see. We'll see what happens. I still believe these bits here are very, very possible, but volume isn't high. We have bearish divergences happening, but at the same time, I see those happening of because of what's happening in the Middle East. Because if that didn't happen, right? Just think of it this way: if that didn't happen, if we were in a situation where this Middle Eastern conflict was not going on, imagine that was the case, right? There was nothing going on. Right now, we have no reason for the market to pull back. None. What's the reason? Inflation isn't high, growth is good, employment is high, unemployment is low. What's it called? What was that called? Um, the job seeker allowance. What was that called again? My brain's gone. Uh, anyway, people taking benefits in essence is low, right? So things are okay at the moment, and the only reason why the Fed, according to their own words, they're not cutting is because they're waiting for the effect of tariffs to some form, some way of showing its face. That there would be an area where I would expect, okay, maybe a pullback is possible now. But at the moment, right now, these these bearish divergences that we're getting between the stochastic and RSI, these things that are going on, to me, is wholeheartedly affected by what's happening in the Middle East and the fears of oil going up, inflation going up, and that then affecting the whole world. It's fear at the moment. I did a video about it. No one watched it. That's how I like it. It's fear at the moment. I still expect this. This is my theory. I could be wrong. But there will be a point where I expect somewhere between here to be the top. That's what I think. Anyway, we'll see. Some Fed members are mentioning a possible rate hike next month before all of this. I think the hike, I would be very surprised if it's next meeting, but that doesn't matter. Remember, I want everyone to keep understanding, and I say it over and over again, the hike is not important. You need to understand this SBX and what happens here. Everything revolves around this. I don't care what anyone says. Oh, decoupling and all that kind of bullcrap. No, everything revolves around this. Everything. Gold revolves around this. Everything revolves around this. Bitcoin, all risk on assets, all of it. QQQ, all of that revolves around this thing, right? And what I will say this is to you guys is that it's not the cut itself that matters. It's the run up to the cut. If the Fed all of a sudden starts saying things like, we've completely stopped QT and we're rolling into the Fed adding to its balance of books, that's usually the word they say, the way they say it, right? Which means they start buying, QE starts happening, and there is some form of do you see Bitcoin touching between possible 95,000. Where's 95,000? I would say there's still a possibility it could get to 91, right? Possible. But anyway, but what I was saying is that it's the run up to it. SPX and all that stuff looks forward. It's a forward type of it's a predictive type of market. So their change of sentiment will change the whole market. That is like a rate cut. Why do you think nothing happens when there is a rate cut? Because it's already baked in. They wait for the conversation afterwards, because the sentiment and what is said there and how it is said will move markets, right? That's how it would move. Would you drop to 90? Maybe. I'll say this. Look, I could see this going down to that zone there, between that zone there, if there is a broader war that goes on. I promise you that. I could see a broader reaction if it goes down to there. What we don't want is look, line in the sand is to me. Line in the sand is yeah. Line in the sand is 74,600. Everything up until that point is still a bull market to me. What do the pink and blue bars mean on your chart? Pink and blue bars. Oh, you mean the red ones? What do you? These ones? All right. Which ones are you talking about? 1 second. Look here. What are you talking about? This one? These? I don't have pink. The only pink is, you mean the red ones here. Next to the number of. I'm so confused. The ones you bring up on the. Oh, you mean this one? Oh, this is volume profile, right? And it's automatic range volume profile. So it changes according to. It's actually annoying. I was like, what are you talking about, man? Next numbers. I'm like, what, stream numbers? No, it's annoying. This thing is. I wouldn't hold too much strength to this, but what it shows is it shows this line that pops around. The line is the most important in this, right? Let me just bring this down to the day. All right. These lines, the one that you see here, that is the strongest area of support for and it's the highest level of volume in that period. And you see here, stop bouncing, please. It's so annoying because it tries to come on, come on, please work. I don't want the there we go. What this shows is that this point here, the point at 97,103, that is the highest area of trading, volume trading, that Bitcoin gained, right? So this ultimately will be a very strong level of support for Bitcoin. And it could, honestly, if America, there's one more attack and there is a clear understanding of where things are going and there's no real de-escalation, it could come and tap that. I would not be surprised if it come tap that. But I will say, look, if it breaks basically this area here, right? If it breaks the 93,350, it will be an acceleration down to this area, to this zone, around this zone between the 89 to 90,000. I doubt it. It would have to be something very large for that to be the case, right? But anyway, that's that. Where was I now? Right, total market. One thing I will say, though, is that the only thing that's holding this up is Bitcoin. Bitcoin is the only thing that is doing this. Thank you for explaining. So the line could be a strong support. Yeah, usually when there is high level of trading volume in that period, it shows a good level of support. Right. The only thing that's holding this up, as I said, is Bitcoin, and that's really key. It's really important, and that is a thing to be considered. Now, Ethereum. I mean, when I said, be careful, make sure you watch this line here, and we could be seeing full Bart Simpson. Wait, 1 second. 1 second. I'll show you what, but you know why it's called Bart Simpson? But you can't guess. I bet you can't guess. I bet you can't guess, right? Can you guess? Look at this guy. Similarity? Does it give that? Do you understand what I'm talking about? It's this sort of, spike up, shabubi, and then spike back down, right? I warned it. There was a possibility. We'll see. But what's important is, again, I drew this graph. I showed you this is an area of really strong support. It bounced off there. It needs to reclaim back into range. It really does. It needs to reclaim back into this range here. Whether it can do it, I don't know. The only thing that will do this is that if some form of liquidity comes into the market, and that will happen if say there is a ceasefire or a de-escalation of the war. To me, there's no real de-escalation happening. There's escalation happening, right? Bitcoin, Ethereum. Let me just moisten my lips. ETH Bitcoin has broken out of the range, right? This ain't good. This is showing full Bart Simpson as well. What I will say, right, this is also important, is that the fair value gap that you see here, yeah, right there, fair value. You can see that line there. The fair value gap somewhat was tapped. It came and touched that area there. This could have a broader. I would expect, if I was to look at this, right, I would expect possibly a move up to here. I don't think there's enough volume for that to be the case. I think it will come and possibly tap the bottom of this and then come down, and this here, around this level here, right, will be area of support. We'll see, right? I'm tired of market make liquidity sweeps. Yeah, it happens a lot. Unfortunately, you have to be very careful with these type of moves. That's why trading off news is a very difficult thing to do. Always wait. When there is some sort of news event, wait, because you know that the market makers are going to do some plays, right? It's really important. Right? If there's any, by the way, anywhere else, if you guys have questions on the other places, let me know. I'm always here to ask as many ask. I'm always here to ask as many as I can. Now, we saw this graph. I gave this graph to you guys. I gave it to you guys, right? I showed you. I said that. I mean, like it's wild. Like, look at that. I mean, like it's almost perfectly tapped. I said that when it touched this, there will be some sort of movement, whether it'll be large or small or left or right. I don't know. We could technically still see it come and possibly touch the 21-day EMA. It has a knack of doing that. Usually, when there is a downward trend, right, downward or upward trend, what is a key factor of that is that it holds the 21-day EMA beautifully, right? Going up, it holds it, and when there is a usually a change of trend, it will be a break of that zone, right? A break of that usually means a continuation down. When it is ranging down, you see it ranging down, ranging up, it usually holds that 21-day EMA, and those are usually areas where you will either long or short, and you can play the risk. Sometimes it breaks through. That's why you put your stop loss. That's where the probability factor happens when you're playing in trading. There is no such thing as 100%. It's all about building on your probabilities that you're walking about. You know what I'm saying, bruv? Right. So that's that at this present moment. Right now, that's what we're looking at. We're seeing what the market is doing. At this present moment, that bounce looks good, but to me, with increasing volatility in the Middle East, doesn't look like it will hold very strong, because we are still underneath the 55-day EMA. We haven't been able to break through. But I will say this. Do you still have the paddling pools available in your TikTok shop? I can't find the link. I don't have paddling pools, although I might do so. We'll see. Maybe it's coming. Uh, so that's what's going on. What I will say also, which is a bit worrying, but we might see a rally into it. This is very, very key, right? If we see this cross happening like that, we will see Bitcoin rally up. I will tell you this, right? This is something I will tell you. You will see this rally up, and then it will break down. Be very, very careful. I've told you this, and if it comes out of nowhere, I can say I told you, right? But I will say this right now, and I want everyone to really understand this, and it's super important. This is just my opinions, and I want everyone to really know, right? Any move that goes down, I will start to DCA into a lot of projects. This is what I'm going to be doing. No one wants to buy right now, even though they should be. No one wants to be looking at certain areas. I mean, look, you look at just pick one. Let's what Popcat's here, right? Popcat, right? We're looking at this big as oh man, a little move, right? We're looking at what are we looking at right now? A coin that has a massive amount of liquidity, right? We're looking at a 48% move from the bottom, like hardcore bottom. I'm only trading at the moment. Yeah, no, most people are trading. Yeah, it's a trader's market at this present moment, right? But don't forget, it's not like we're anywhere close to all time highs here, right? We are so far away from those things. It's like if you see really interesting opportunities come around, like you know what I mean. If I would be very surprised if this thing goes down there. This would be like full blown BAM market territory, and I don't know if that's going to be the case at this present moment. We'll see. We'll see. I still believe. I really do still believe that we could have a further pullback. At worst, we could even tap this line here. I'm going to give you real bad line numbers here. I'm giving you like let me try and scare you now, right? Let me try and scare you a little bit. I'm going to scare you a little bit. Say it's a wind down to here, right? At this point here, I will go in heavy. These 2 points. These are the 2 points I'll be going in heavy. I'll mark it here. Around there. These two areas I would be going in heavy. I don't see Bitcoin going below those levels. You know why? Because Bitcoin has respected this trend line for a very long time, right? And I think that area there will be a key level of for bottom. I think that will be a bottom for this market. And if it breaks that, then all bets are off. This thing is going way back, but I really don't see it breaking that. Not with the type of ETF institutional buying, not with the level of growth in the market, not with Donald Trump coming into power, with all the legislation that's happening, not with the his own institutions buying this product. I cannot see it. I cannot see it. You're at 2 points. I can't view on due to my 2 points. What are the 2 points? I can't. Oh right. Between 83 and 78, I think there would be a great buying opportunity. Absolutely amazing buying opportunity. Bitcoin especially, right? That's what I would say. That trend line is a very strong trend line. Don't forget, we bounced off it before. There's a super duper strength. We'll see. In my mind, I still believe. Like I don't want to let go of it, right? Because in my mind, I get this. I still believe here is where like to me, right? Graph structurized. I know everyone is doing the stupid. I hate this thing. I know there's button shortcuts, but I can't be bothered to learn it, right? I know everyone is looking here because it's very similar. Like this had that, and then it did that, and it dipped, and it's doing that. So this is the same, right? That gives me lazy vibes. That's a very lazy way of looking at it, to me. Very lazy. Because it then ignores all of this. Right? They can say, oh no, but it did that, and then look, it did. You can see causality by when there is that word on the streets. Yeah, that's what I am. Did you see SPX? Yep. Do you see? What do you think about it? It looks pretty good. It's holding quite well, SPX. Right? There's a key level. I'll have a look at it later on. But that's a very lazy way of looking at these type of things. It ignores complete change in marketing. Ignores a full factor of things I don't even want to talk about. Right? It ignores a lot. If you just look at, it kind of looks the same. That's what I would say. And I find that my British buddy, what are you doing? Pretty good, man. I'm just, looking at stuff. Wants to please release my what? sorry, sorry, sorry. Okay, all right. Just making sure that I read that correctly. Thanks, mate. I'll be back watching on you next week once the police release my laptop and iPad back. You're joking, right? That's it's a joke, right? Please say it's a joke. Okay, it's maybe not a joke. Okay, maybe not a joke. Oh, I like this guy. 1 second. I bet he's back. 1 second. I like this guy. All right, cool. We're going to zero or accumulating. I'm waiting for a set. You have a good backup for me. Well, I do. I feel like I feel like it's like, don't worry, bro. Anyone that says any anyone that says something to you, I got your back. All right, cool. I love this guy. He's so clever. Let's see what he's. We stand by you, man. I can see that. Nah, I love you. Yeah, exactly. Hmm. Yeah, yeah. We're trying to be mediators. The rockets can meet in our airspace. Middle. I'm sure everyone appreciates all the work you do. I'm it's not that. It's fine. It's good. I'll give as much as I can always. Yeah. It's amazing that there's no damage. Like zero damage. Yeah. Yeah. Very true. Is it over? No, I don't think so. Yeah, it's very, very clearly planned. I mean, come on. What? Nothing got hit? Yeah. True. I mean, they're looking for a way out. It's very obvious. It seems like they want to me, right? To me, it looks like saving face. To me, it looks like they want an off ramp, but they don't want to look. They don't want to be the first one to look weak to off ramp. It's just, it's so calculated and so careful. Like it's so careful. Apart from what Donald Trump done, they just drop them. Get that right? It's so careful what they're doing. Very careful. It looks orchestrated for sure. Now, please, Donald Trump, please don't do something rash. Just get get what they're hinting at. Hint. It's a hint. I hope he hears me. I'm shouting loud enough. Bro, I'll wear your hat. I'll wear it on stream. Please. Yeah. Yeah, but how are they gonna do that? That's the thing. Yeah. I love this guy. He's so clever. Honestly. No. You know what I mean? It seems like you know a, a water battle. It's just like like okay, look, it's like all right, we did it, we did it, right? And so we can like sell it to our people that we're cool, right? We'll sell it to our people that we're cool, but can we negotiate now, please? Can we negotiate? If this is the way to show peace and these tensions, why would we go down from here? We won't. I'm telling you now. As I said, all of this is related wholeheartedly to what the deal is going on right now. I love how they all go into military gear, like as if they're going to countries where like fashion doesn't exist. It's all military, like tactical. We have to be tactical with military. You know what I'm saying? Trump's tweeting. Oh no! Oh no! Don't say that. What do you mean he's tweeting? What did he say? Don't say that. It's good. Okay. Is it? Oh boy, don't do it. I don't think my nerves can handle it anymore. Oh no, more questions. No, stop it. No, oh my god. Whatever. Yeah, just same, whatever. Oh, let me see a second. Oh man. Oh, man. I've never met someone that has so much power to move the markets. Come on, where are we? Uh, let's see. Let's see. I mean, it's tapped the 103, 318. I mean, like it perfectly tapped it. If it can regain this level here, if it can regain this level here, that will be huge. That will be huge. He'll still have a lot of work to do, right? Um, if it regains this level here, like I'll say this to you, right? If it regains this level here, reaction from here will be extremely important. What does huge mean? Well, we will that, right? Because that means that we will be officially within ranging parameters, right? That means that we're ranging. Ranging is amazing for Bitcoin. That is ultimately the best thing that could happen right now. Because what I'm saying is that we don't really have the volume, but if we could just range enough, if we could just range enough time until we get to a Fed meeting. Who's this dude? 1 second. This guy's camera looks bad enough to listen to. When the camera's bad, it means like he's on the ground. He's, he's on the ground. Wait, that's a background, right? Because he's like, why is the back so? Is he in a library? Oh no, that's a background. Okay, never mind. I'm sorry, right? I do have to say something. I do have to say something. I have to say something, right? I don't want to. I don't want to say. I do have to say something. Tactical, right? There's a war going on. Face. Someone. Where is he from? Omar Ashur, possibly something to do with Qatar, right? But you know he's in Qatar, right? How do you know this guy is in Qatar? How do you know he's a resident of Qatar? Can anyone explain this to me? I want to ask this question, right? I want everyone to give me an answer. Let me see. Let me just pull this here, right? I want everyone to give me a quick an answer why you think this guy is in Qatar. Let's see if anyone can understand why I think this because it's hilarious. Anyone? No, no one wants to know why this guy, how I know this guy's in Qatar. No, the Fendi top he's wearing. the the, the Fendi the Fendi polo he's wearing, obviously, because he's going on Sky News. He's like, put on my $400 $400 my $400 polo. Where else am I gonna wear it? I got Qatar money, brother. This is my normal. This is how I go to sleep in. Anyway, he's in the bunker. Looks like he's got a black card. Yeah, that's the Fendi. That's the Fendi. Um, I have one. That's how I know. Bro, your teeth are way too. Whatever, whatever. It's all cool. There's something, whatever, anyway, it's cool. But yeah, look, we'll see if we can see that. Then we will confirm ranging, right? Because if we could get back into this range and we start ranging like that would be amazing. That would be so brilliant because that level of control that we have, that having that ranging and possibly getting to a point where comes in and we range and we get to this point where it gets squeezed, which would most probably come to a point where there is going to be a Fed meeting, and that will be the decision point, like that or that. That would make more sense to me. Let's see. Why is oil dumping today? Oil is dumping today, right? Yeah, short squeeze. Yeah, possible. Like, oil is dumping today. 1 second, because of stream, because of this tweet, this one here. It's dumping because of this tweet. When you have one of the largest producers of oil saying to the market, I am watching what you're doing. You raise that price, and I will flood the market with oil. When someone of that power says that, then you see oil do that. That was after the tweet. That there was after the tweet. And I think this is going to come back down. It looks like it's losing that level. Let me just see. How much of a move is this, by the way? A tweet being able to move oil futures by 12%. How many billion would that be? Around 100 no, about 200 billion. A tweet that can move make it do a $200 billion move is it's impressive. It's very, very impressive. But look, cool. Right now, to me, it's looking more and more like it's just it's looking like they want to make a deal, right? It's really looking like they want to make a deal. Because their reaction is like, we need to make it to show face, right? And it's now up to USA to de-escalate. Look, Donald Trump, de-escalate, and I'll buy your hat, right? How much is a MAGA hat? 1 second. Do I get the American made one or the China made one? Do I get the American made? 1 second. MAGA hat. MAGA. No, I don't. Where's it? Make America Great Again. No, that's a Chinese one. I want the way he wears, where it's like, it looks expensive. Where'd you get it from? Trump store. Okay, $50. It's out of stock. His hat is $50. But I do kind of like it. I want to get one. Is there any way you can get? Is there anyone else that sells it other than his? God, they should go to China to get a good manufacturer so they can keep it in stock. Peace tweet. Is it a peace tweet? 50% because of $50 because of the tariffs. Hey, you can get it on Etsy. That's crap. No, I want like the proper one. I want the one the one that where he wears, where you can just all you do is notice the hat. You're like, that's a big ass hat. Is there anyone in America that could tariffs hit tariffs, bro tariffs his own hat? Yeah, but whatever. It's made in. Where would you? I love how Alibaba has. I wonder if it's the same. No, it's not the same one. It can't be the same one. No, it's not. Where would I get? Is there anyone in the USA that I can buy the hat? They can buy the hat and I'll pay them. They can send it to me. Congratulations, world. It's time for peace. No way. Is that what he tweeted? You have a PO box. No, you can just send. You can send it to one of my. I don't. And Randy, I don't mind you. You knowing where I live. It's fine. I trust you, brother. I mean, maybe not. Maybe I'll send it to my parents' or to my friend's house. Who would I want random people to come on show? Who would I? I'm being serious. if he de-escalate, if this guy de-escalates, right? If Donald Trump full blown de-escalates this thing, I'll be wearing the hat for at least a month, every single stream, and then I'll get people coming and going, "Oh, Trump, room coping, bed frame." All right. But yeah, I'm up for it. I'll definitely get one. I want the big one though, like the one where I get like a shelf in front of my head. No, like the Donald Trump one. If he said that, congratulations, time for peace. That is, where are you from? Namibia. That is the best possible outcome. That is interesting. All right, look, guys. Oh, one more thing I need to say. This is really important, super duper important. Oh my god, I just got carried away. Right, this is really really important. I want everyone to really understand. And wait, where did I put the? Yeah. Oh yeah, I want everyone to really understand this. Right. Let me put this here. fatcat tomorrow is launching its aggregator. Like this is going to be integrated into the website, right? And you can see, look, you'll be able to swap from any chain into to fatcat, or you can exchange any change to any chain, right? Any chain to any chain, like, and it gives you insanely cheap. Look, you can move ETH, moving ETH to fatcat. Your cost is not even $1. In any other, if you went to Coinbase, that would be like $10 to do this, right? And it's been developed into it. It's super simple. You pick which ones you want to move what form. It can be from stables to other things on that level. You do it, exchange it. It is 50% the fees of Phantom. I want everyone to understand that this is a huge thing. Developed it from the ground up. It uses certain other factors and search algorithms, and we're renting a bunch of stuff from other projects and other big chains and stuff like that to utilize this. But it is amazing. It's such an amazing. You basically, and the fees that come from here go directly into fatcat. Trump said Iran gave them advance notice and thanked them for it. That's de-escalating. That's de-escalating. I would love to see tomorrow's US Open. Oh my lord. Oh boy. Tomorrow US Open is going to be interesting. But yeah, look, it's not massive escalation. What are you talking about? No, it's not escalation. They want to de-escalate. It's two it's two big egos, right? Battle against each other, and they have to de-escalate by escalating, kind of like it's like show of force to an extent so they can sell it. But yeah, look, tomorrow this is coming. Anyone can check it out. It's a win-win. Not only does fatcat win from it, but also you win from it. Everything's there. You can, if you go to fatcat.rich, you'll be able to get to the website and see all those things as well. It's a pretty cool thing, and it should be affect the graph in a nice positive way as well. All right, guys, you guys are amazing, incredible. It's a lot of things happened on the stream. I hope you guys enjoyed it. I hope it was fun for everyone here. It's amazing that we're getting more views on the other channels as well. You guys are incredible. Really cool people are coming on board. Make sure you keep your voices out there. I like the chat to continue on both sides. You guys are incredible. Hope it was fun. fatcat is doing some amazing cool stuff. Look at that. It's so cool. It's so cool, right? And this gives me hope for tomorrow, because this kind of stuff is a very, very interesting state of affairs. All right, guys, affection. You've seen the graph, you've got the videos, you see where the support levels are, you see what's going on, and it's very, very, very interesting that we got this. Look at that. I gave you the graphs. It worked in the right way. This is a really cool thing that's happened. I'm gonna leave you. You guys are absolutely out of this world, and I will catch you all later. All right, take care. You guys are awesome. Honestly, awesome, 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 awesome. All right. And I will show you guys this as well. Where did that go? Not that. Yeah. Anyone that's on X that utilizes this as well, all right? We will be doing a giveaway as well. So someone on random will be gaining a large amount of fat cat, and it's going to be announced tomorrow. So everyone here that's looking at it, anyone that utilizes this, it's tracked. We know who's utilizing it, who's using it, and it will be announced on the actual fat cat Telegram at the end of the week. So the 1 week tester. Basically, the reason why we're doing that is to get everyone tested and testing this thing out perfectly to make sure that everything runs great, and then we will go through some massive amounts of marketing and push it through to the next level. This is good. Market looks good. It looks like things are going to be moving in the right direction, and we will see each other from there. Join me, guys, everyone, tomorrow, 7:30 every day in UK time. You guys are awesome, incredible. Peace and love and affection, all that kind of jazz. All right, take care, guys.